ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। परीक्षित had decided to fast until death on the bank of Ganga. Prayopavishto Gangayam. He has taken to Prayopaveshana. Often, suicide is considered adharma. It is the general rule. We don't have the right to take away anybody's life, including ours. But there are exceptions. There are some exceptions where one can choose to leave the body, and there is a proper means to leave the body also. One such way of leaving the body voluntarily is prayopaveshana. He can choose to fast, give up food, give up water, and let the body to die. Parikshit had determined to do prayopaveshana, and that is when Shukadeva is narrating the Katha, Bhagavata Katha. Already Shukadeva has told Parikshit about many leelas, many avatars. And also he has told about the story of many bhaktas, many great devotees. Now, once again Parikshit asked Shukadeva to tell the story of Bhagavan in the form of Krishna. Avatirya yadorvamshe Bhagavan bhutavanaha कृतवान्यानि विश्वात्मा तानि नो वद विस्तरम्. यदोर्वंशे अवतीर्य, Bhagavan descended in the lineage of Yadu, Yadukula, Yaduvamsha. And in that avatar, Kritavanyani Vishwatma, what he has done, what are his leelas, please tell me that. Parikshit requests Shukadeva. Nivrittatarshairupagiyamanat bhavaushadhat shrotramanobhiramat ka uttamashloka gunanuvadat puman virajjeta vina pashughnat. Parikshit expresses his desire to listen to Bhagavan's glory. Nivrittatarshairupagiyamanat, Bhagavan's glories are described by those who do not have any desire, who are free from the worldly desires. They are the ones who narrate Bhagavan's glory. Only when such people explain Bhagavan's glory, it makes its effect. Therefore, Nivrittatarshairupagiyamanat bhavaushadhat, listening to Bhagavan's glories, listening to Bhagavan's leela is a bhavaushadha. It is like a medicine. Medicine for bhava roga. Bhava has many meanings in Sanskrit. One meaning is samsara. Samsara is a universal disease. All the sufferings, shoka, sorrow, insecurity, loneliness, and so on. The samsara roga requires a medicine, and the medicine is nothing but the teaching of Bhagavan's glory, the teachings of Bhagavan's nature. Bhavaushadham shrotramanobhiramat, Bhagavan's greatness gives pleasure to ears as well as the mind. Shrotramanobhiramat, they are very pleasant to both ear and the mind. If a bhakta listens to it, he feels the pleasure. Ka uttama shloka gunanuvadat, puman virajjeta vina pashughnat. Who will try to avoid listening to Bhagavan's greatness? unless he is a Pashughna. Pashughna means one who kills the animals. An evil person. Any noble person, anybody whose mind is sattvika, will not choose to keep away from listening to the greatness of Bhagavan. Thus Parikshit expresses his interest. I am very eager to hear about the glory of Paramatma, the Leelas of Paramatma. नैषाति दुस्सहा क्षुन्मां त्यक्तोदमपि बाधते पिबन्तं त्वन्मुखाम्भोजच्युतं हरिकथामृतम्. Parikshit glorifies his guru Shukadeva. Your mukha, your mouth is emanating Amrita, the ambrosia, the elixir. Vachanamrita, the words emanating from your mouth is like Amrita. It is Amrita because it makes a person free from the fear of death. Parikshit is about to die. Just a few hours left. Only 1 week's time. Already in that 1 week, a few days are over. Often, people who are about to die will have the fear of death if they know I am going to die in 1 day or 2 days. But now Parikshit is listening to Shukadeva, and his words are making him free from the fear of death. Because he is understanding his true nature. His mind is focused on the Bhagavan. Therefore he says, when I hear your words, the hunger and thirst are not affecting me. Neither hunger affects me, nor thirst affects me. I have forgotten all misery. I have forgotten all fear. So please continue telling about the greatness of Bhagavan. Then Shukadeva starts narrating the story of Krishnavatara, the Leela of Krishnavatara. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purushan Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shotrun Tatpada Salilam Yatha. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha. The question about the story of Vasudeva. The question regarding the Leela of Bhagavan Vasudeva. Even the question purifies three people. Here Shukadeva is not telling about Katha itself. He is talking about Katha Prashna. Somebody requests to tell the greatness of Bhagavan. Even the question purifies three people. Treen Purushan Punati. It purifies three people. Who are the three people? Vaktaram. The first one is Vakta, one who is going to answer the question. And Pritchakam, number two, is the Pritchaka, one who has asked the question. And number three, Shotran, the other audience. Tatpada Salilam Yatha, just as the water from his feet, water that flows from the feet of Bhagavan, which is Ganga Jala. Just like Ganga Jala, even the description of Paramatma purifies the mind. Bhumirdrattanapavyaja daityanikashatayutaihi akranta bhuribharena brahmanam sharanam yayau. Now Shukadeva explains the occasion of Bhagavan's avatar. The Bhumi, Mother Earth, Bhudevi, she was disturbed because of various Daityas, various Asuras, like Kamsa, Jarasandha, etc. And therefore, Bhudevi goes to Brahmadeva, and Brahmadeva with all the other devatas approaches Vishnu, Bhagavan Vishnu in Vaikuntha. Then even before Brahmadeva meets Bhagavan Vishnu, in his mind he hears a voice. And he understands that Bhagavan Vishnu has already taken this into account. He has already understood the problem. Suomoto. He has understood the problem. And he also came to know that Bhagavan is going to descend on the earth. And then he commands all the devatas. Brahmadeva says, all of you should also be born in the earth with the Bhagavan. Vasudeva grihe sakshad Bhagavan purushah paraha janishyate tatpriyartham sambhavantu surastriyaha. He tells the devatas, Vasudeva Grihe, in the house of Vasudeva, Bhagavan Purusha will descend, and all of you become Surastriyaha. You take the form of the women. Around him, so that you can serve him, serve his noble cause. And along with the Bhagavan, Vasudeva Kalanantaha Sahasravadhanaswarat Agrato Bhavita Devo Harev Priyachikirshaya Agrato Bhavita Devo Harev Priyachikirshaya Anantaha. Ananta, the snake, the serpent on whom Bhagavan is lying, he will also be taking a form with him, Agrataha, before him, as his elder brother, Balarama. Vishnor Maya Bhagavati Yaya Sammohitam Jagat Adishta Prabhunam Shena Karyarthe Sambhavishyati. And Vishnoha Maya, his Maya Shakti will also be manifesting to do his work. Ityadishyamaraganaan Prajapati Patirvibhuhu Ashvasya Chamahim Girphihi Swadhama Paramam Yayau. Thus Brahmadeva consoles Mother Earth. Do not worry, your problem will be solved very quickly. And then Shuraseno Yadupatir Mathuramaavasan Purim Mathuran Shurasenascha Vishayan Bhuje Pura. Then there is the story of Kamsa, the wedding of Vasudeva and Devaki. And Kamsa was driving their Ratha. Kamsa himself became the charioteer and drove their Ratha, the Ratha on which Vasudeva and Devaki were sitting. At that time, Kamsa hears a voice. This Devaki, your sister, her 8th son will kill you. Kamsa hears this voice. Asyas tvamashtamo garbho hantayam vahase buddha. Asyaha ashtamo garbha. Devakyaha ashtamo garbha. 8th son, he doesn't say in fact. 8th garbha. 8th child. In fact, the Vani is not gender specific. That is why Kamsa tries to kill the 8th one, who was found to be a female. Asyaha ashtamaha garbha. The 8th baby of Devaki. She will be your destroyer. So it will be your destroyer. Then all of you know the story. Kamsa decides to kill Devaki immediately. Let me nip the problem at bud. He just lifts his sword to kill Devaki. Then Vasudeva somehow pacifies him. Initially, Vasudeva teaches some dharma, tries teaching some dharma to Kamsa. Kamsa tells the life is temporary. Don't worry about your death. If you die, if you lose this body, you will get another body. Death is just a change of the body. Death is not the end of the jiva. Death is not the end of life as such. It is the end of one span of life. Vasudeva tries telling Kamsa, Vrajanstishtan padaikena yathaivaikena gacchati yatha trinajalukaivam dehi karmagatim gataha. He gives the example of a jaluka, a leech. How a leech moves from one leaf to another leaf. When a leech moves, it moves like this. Suppose this is one leaf and this is another leaf. Initially it is here. It is as though it has two legs. The leech has two legs. And one tip is put here. And when the first end of the leech gets the grip there, then it leaves this one. Likewise, even we jivas, when the jiva is about to leave one body, another body gets fixed. It gets decided at least. It may not happen immediately, but it gets determined. Okay, that is going to be your next janma. That is how the jiva leaves this body. Therefore, Vasudeva tries telling Kamsa, we should also all be ready to die. We should learn how to welcome the death. Somebody started an institution called Art of Living. In fact, I was thinking we should have an art of dying also. Art of dying means not committing suicide. So, art of dying means the readiness to embrace death, the readiness to embrace departure from this body, the readiness to embrace departure from this world. Often we human beings hold on to objects in this world. My house, my car, my wealth, my son, my daughter. And all these things seem to be permanently ours. Obsessed with the material possessions, obsessed with our mundane identity. But when we leave this body, what do we take with us? धनानि भूमौ पशवश्च गोष्ठे. We leave everything here in this world. A gentleman dreamt of a very big house. He thought, I should build a very beautiful house in the heart of Bombay city. Not an apartment. I should have an independent house in Bombay city, he thought. And with all his wealth, he accumulated enormous wealth, doing various types of businesses, real estate, etc. And then he got a land and he built a very beautiful house, 3-story house, very beautifully built, beautifully decorated, with all special interiors. And by the time he had built the house, he had completed a major part of his life as far as his prarabdha is concerned. How long do we live? It is determined by our prarabdha. As soon as the prarabdha gets over, this body collapses. This lifespan is determined by our prarabdha. Prarabdha is a type of karma. The karma that is responsible for this body is called prarabdha. Now he had built a beautiful house and he was proud of it because it was the dream of his life. And he would show his house to everybody who comes. My house, I built. See, I have put this wardrobe. I have put this, what do you call this, that wood from my farm. So, he was proudly saying, not this house, another. Then one day his prarabdha got over. Prarabdha was exhausted. Then he had to leave this body. But because of the attachment to his house, he was reborn somewhere closer to the same house. He became a dog in the neighboring house, a pet in the neighboring house. In fact, the Shastra says, what is responsible for our rebirth? 3 things are responsible for our rebirth. Number 1, avidya, ignorance. Number 2, kama, desire. Kamanyah kamayate manyamanaha sakamabhirjayate tatra tatra paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha. The Upanishad says, as long as we cherish desires, the desires that are not fulfilled in this life, they make us come again. And we come again with the same desires. the same desires, same attachments, we are reborn. Suppose I want to become a 20-year-old young man. And I cherish the desire of becoming a 20-year-old young man. You may ask, what is wrong in having the desire? Nothing wrong, please have the desire. But if I cherish the desire cannot be completed in this Janma. I cannot become 20 once again in this Janma. I cannot go backward in time. I will only become older and older in this Janma. But in order to become the 20-year-old, I will have to take another Janma. Therefore, many desires cannot be fulfilled in this Janma. In fact, no desire can be fulfilled. There is the story of Yayati in Mahabharata. Yayati wanted to enjoy his life. And then Shukracharya happens to curse him. Because of Shukracharya's shapa, Yayati loses his youthfulness. He lost his youth. And then Yayati feels, so I have lost my youth, but I want to enjoy life. Still I have desires to enjoy life. Then he borrows youth from his young son, Puru. Puru gives him the youth in exchange of his old age. And Yayati becomes youth once again with the borrowed youthfulness. And he enjoys life for 1000 years. All the enjoyments. And after 1000 years of enjoying the life, Yayati finds none of my desires are gratified. Yayati thinks after a few years my desires will get over. It will be gratified. But after 1000 years, Yayati finds none of my desires are gratified. Najatu kamah kamanam upabhogena shamyati havisha krishnavartneva bhuya eva bhivardhate. Yayati makes this important statement in Mahabharata. Najatu kamah kamanam upabhogena shamyati. A desire cannot be quenched by gratification, by enjoyment. A desire increases with the gratification. A desire increases with the enjoyment, like a fire. The more you feed the fire, it increases. It becomes stronger. And it is asking for more. Give me more. Ye dil mange more. Therefore, no desires come to an end. So, kama is one of the factors. Kama is one of the factors. Kama means any desire. Desire is one of the factors which is responsible for rebirth. And also karma. punya papa. So avidya, kama and karma. Ignorance, desires and actions. They are responsible for rebirth. Now this gentleman is reborn in a neighboring house as a pet because of his attachment to this house. And he remembered his past. Some people remember their past lives. Even in Bhagavatam we come across such incidents. For example, Narada remembered his past life with the blessing of Bhagavan. Now this dog remembers its past life. I was the owner of that house, and that house is mine. He still has the attachment, but he cannot go and claim this is my house, because already they had made his death certificate. And his house was transferred to his son-in-law's name. He only had a daughter and son-in-law, and he hated his son-in-law. Jamata dashamograha. Now the house belongs to his enemy son-in-law. And he sees from the neighboring house window who is coming to his house, who is going from his house. His son-in-law is coming, his family is coming. And one day his son-in-law feels this house is old, it is not the way I like it. And then he decides to demolish the house and construct something new, a multi-story apartment. And then he calls for the JCB to pull down the house. Then the JCB comes and they are about to break the house. When they were breaking the house, this dog started barking loudly and loudly. My house! You are demolishing my house! Now you understand why the dog barks. So, the desires, attachment is responsible for rebirth. Therefore, one should accept the temporary nature of this world. Nothing in this world belongs to us. And that is what Kamsa is trying to tell, Vasudeva is trying to tell Kamsa. Even you will have to pass on, move on. But Kamsa does not understand. He decides to kill Devaki. And then Kamsa makes use of another technique. He says, she is not going to kill you. Devaki will not kill you. only her eighth garbha, eighth child will kill you. So I will offer, as soon as any son or daughter is born, I will offer the child to you. But leave her alone. Vasudeva tried his best to save Devaki. And finally he succeeded in saving Devaki's life from Kamsa. And then Devaki and Vasudeva got their first child. A son was born. Vasudeva truthfully offers the child to Kamsa. And Kamsa kills him. Like that the story continues. And finally, Kamsa puts Vasudeva and Devaki in prison. They got 6 children. The 7th one was transferred. 7th one was Balaram, and he was transferred to another lady's womb, Rohini's womb. And then the 8th one, Bhagavan himself descends in the form of Krishna. Bhagavan himself, in fact, Bhagavan enters Devaki's womb, Devaki's garbha. And when Bhagavan is in Devaki's womb, all the devatas, they come and glorify Bhagavan in Devaki's womb. It is a portion in Bhagavatam called Garbhastuti. Brahma bhavascha tatraitya munibhirnaradadibihi devai sanucharai sakam girbha vrishanamaidayan. Brahmadeva, Shiva, and all the munis, all the devatas, they come and praise Bhagavan in Devaki's womb. Satyavratam satyaparam trisatyam satyasya yonim nihitam cha satye satyasya satyamrita satyanetram satyatmakam tvam sharanam prapannaha. They glorify Bhagavan as the only reality. Satyavratam, Trisatyam. You are the Satya in all 3 times. The reality in all 3 times. Past, present, and future. Trisatyam, the reality in both past, present, and future. What is reality? The one that is present is called real. Now consider the 3 times. Past, present, and future. What is future? Future is the one that's not present. But it may become present at some point of time. It will become present at some point of time. So future is the one that is not present now, but it will become present. And what is past? Past is the one that was present. It is no more present. And what is present? Every object becomes present at this moment. It is present when it presents itself to you. In fact, the whole universe can be understood as a flow in the line of time, a flow in the timeline. The objects flow from future to present and then to past. For example, let us take this flower. Yesterday this flower was not there. That means from the standpoint of yesterday this flower was future. Today this flower has come, meaning today this flower has become present. And tomorrow this flower will not be there. That means it has gone to past. Past means it is gone. It can never be brought back. Past means gone. Gone for good. So it flew from future to present today. And now it will flow down into the past. Like the stream of Ganga, which flows from Himalaya to the plains and then to the ocean. Now the objects become present for a while. In fact, only for a moment. They seem to be present. In fact, the flower, let's say this moment is T1, time 1. Next moment is T2, time 2. The flower of T1 is not there in T2. It has changed. The flower of this moment has become past the very next moment. And so are all of us. We think all of us are static. But nothing is static. Everything is dynamic. Everything is flowing in time. The one who you see now is not there next moment. Even your own body, the body of this moment is not there next moment. It has become older by 1 moment, older by 1 second. Therefore, nothing is really present. Everything is in a flux. What is always present? What is really present? What is always present? The one that is always present is really present. And if you analyze what is always present, it is your Atma. It is your self, the consciousness. The external objects are changing. The body is changing. The mind is changing. Then the witness of the body, mind, senses, everything. The consciousness. the Atma, it is ever present. It is you. You were never future. Because future means you were not there at some point of time. The Atma is never future and never past. Never past means you should remember the definition of past. Past means the one that was present earlier, it is no more present. The Atma is never future and never past. It is ever present. Therefore, it is the one that is ever present, always present, with respect to the so-called past, future and present. Therefore, it is called Trisatyam. It is the reality of all three times. Therefore, it is the reality, the Satya. And that is Paramatma. Satyavratam, Satyaparam Trisatyam. The way to reach Paramatma is also Satya, truthfulness. To find the absolute truth, one should lead a life of truthfulness. Satyameva jayate namritam. In your coins or notes, there is the emblem of the nation. And in the emblem, there is a statement in Sanskrit. What is it? Satyameva jayate. This statement is from an Upanishad called Mundakopanishad. It is an Upanishadic statement. Satyameva jayate nanritam. Only Satya wins. Only truth wins. Not Anrita, not untruth. Satyena pantha vitato devayanaha. The Devayana. Yesterday I discussed Shuklagati and Krishnagati. Shuklagati is called Devayana. The path to the higher realm, Brahmaloka. The path to the higher realm of Brahmaloka, Vaikuntha or Kailasa, it opens up because of truthfulness. Satyena vitato bhavati. Yena kramanti rishayo hyaptakamaha. The rishis, the knowers of the truth, the upasakas, the devotees, the bhaktas, they travel through the path of Devayana and find the ultimate truth. Therefore, Satyavratam Satyaparam. The way to arrive at Paramatma is a Satya. Truthfulness is a very important sadhana. The Shastra lays a lot of emphasis on truthfulness. Satyam vada, speak truth. Dharmam chara, speak truth and follow the dharma. The devatas say, we take refuge at you. Tvam sharanam prapannaha. Brahmadeva, the devatas and the rishis, all of them pray to the Bhagavan in Devaki's womb. We take refuge at you. Then in due course of time, Bhagavan descends on the earth. On the Ashtami day, night, Atha sarvagunopetaha kalah paramashobhanaha yarhyeva janajanmarksham shantarkshagrahatarakam. During Bhagavan's descent, all the planets, all the stars, they were all in peaceful position. Ajana Janmarksham, it was Rohini Nakshatra. Dishaf Prasedur Gaganam Nirmaloduganodayam Mahimangala Bhuyishtha Puragrama Vrajakara. So there is a description of the atmosphere during Bhagavan's birth, and then Bhagavan descends. Bhagavan appears in the form of Chaturbhuja, Devakyam Devarupinyam Vishnus Sarvaguhashayaha Avirasidhyatha Pratyam Dishinduriva Pushkalaha Tamadbhutam Balakamambuje Chaturbhujam Shankhagadaryudayudham Srivatsalakshmam Galashobhikaustubham Pitambaram Sandrapayoda Saubhagam Maharhavaidurya Kirita Kundala Trishaparishvakta Sahasrakuntalam Uddamakanchangada Kankanadibhir Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshata. There is a description of Bhagavan when he first manifested in the prison of Mathura. Vasudeva and Devaki were imprisoned. And Bhagavan manifested Tamadbhutam Balakam. He manifested as a balaka, as a baby boy. But Ambuje Kshanam, he had lotus-like eyes. Chaturbhujam, he appeared with the 4 arms. Shankhagadaryudayudham, even this baby boy had 4 things in his hands. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Srivatsalakshmam, he had Srivatsa on his chest. Galashobhikaustubham, and there was Kaustubhamani on his neck. Pitambaram, he was already with the dress. Pitambaram, yellow cloth. Sandrapayoda Saubhagam, and his complexion. Sandrapayoda, Dense cloud means Meghashyam. Bhagavan is described as Meghashyama or Ghanashyama. You might have heard the name Meghashyama or Ghanashyama. Shama is a general name. Many people have Sham. Nowadays it may be lesser, because nowadays people try to invent new names with the Google, Chat GPT, etc. The new names don't have any meanings. Often I ask, what is the meaning? Then they say some meaning. Especially to me, they say it is the name of Krishna, name of Devi. But dictionary does not have such a meaning at all. In Sanskrit, such names are not there at all. So, Meghashyam, Sandra Payoda Saubhagam. He had the complexion of dense cloud, dark cloud. So that is the meaning of Meghashyama or Ghanashyama. Ghana also means cloud. So Ghanashyama means a cloud dark. Maharhavaidoorya kirita kundalattusha parishvakta sahasrakuntalam. So he was wearing kirita, etc. Kirita and all the ornaments. And he had hair, and the hair was shining with the kirita, etc. Uddamakanchangadakankanadibhirvirochamanam Vasudeva aikshata. Vasudeva saw this form of Paramatma. And then Vasudeva does stuti. When Vasudeva sees the baby, Bhagavan descended as the baby boy. He praises Paramatma. There is a Vasudeva stuti. Vasudeva uvacha viditosi bhavan sakshat purushah prakritev paraha kevalanubhavananda swarupas sarvabuddhidrak. Vasudeva also is a Brahmajnani. See, in these, all these characters have so much of knowledge about the truth. And Vasudeva also describes Paramatma. I know your true self. I know your true nature. Viditosi. You are not unfamiliar. You are, I know you. Sakshat Purushaha. You are the Purusha. You are the Purna. You are the all-pervasive Paramatma. Prakritev Paraha. You transcend the Prakriti. You transcend the Maya. Kevalanubhavananda Swarupaha. Vasudeva describes Paramatma's true nature. Kevala Swarupa. Kaivalya. In fact, Kaivalya is the nature of Paramatma. The Shastra describes Paramatma as Ekameva Dvitiyam, one without a second. He is called Kevala. Kevala means Ekameva Dvitiyam. There is no second. no second reality, no parallel reality. Kevalaha Anubhava Rupaha. He is Anubhava Rupa. Anubhava means consciousness. Chaitanya. He is consciousness in nature. The Jagat, the universe is a Jada. Jada means insentient. Any object that you see in this universe is insentient. This cup is insentient. Jada. Why this cup is insentient? Because the cup cannot know itself and it cannot know anything else also. Neither it can know itself nor it can know the others. Likewise, this whole universe is a Jada, insentient. The table is insentient. And often we think our body is sentient because we can know the touch. But if you inquire a bit, even the body is insentient. Even the body is Jada. That is why when you are in deep sleep, the mosquitoes may keep biting comfortably. Why? Because the body by itself is insentient. The body gets sentiency because of the reflection of the Atma. In Vedanta Shastra, we call it Chidabhasa. The Atma Chaitanya reflects in the body. The consciousness of the Atma reflects in the body. That is how the body appears to be sentient. Seems to have sentiency. Seems to have the ability to know things. Ability to perceive things. Likewise, the mind. Even the mind is Jada, insentient. The Vedanta Shastra says, even the mind is made of 5 elements. Panchabhutas. Therefore, even the mind is Jada. It seems to be sentient because of the power of the Atma, because of the reflection of the sentiency of the Atma. What is really Chaitanya, what is really sentient, is the witness of the body, mind, senses, everything. Therefore, the Atma is called Anubhava Rupa, Anubhava Swarupa. Awareness in nature. Unlike the Jada, unlike the insentient. And also, the universe is full of duality. Everything is made of several components. Any object in this world can be broken into several components. No object in this universe is a single monolithic entity. Single monolithic, monochromatic entity. No object. Everything can be fragmented. Everything can be broken into pieces. And it is true with the space also. We think the space does not have parts. But if you probe into the truth, even the space has parts. Then the Paramatma is one single reality, without any parts. The Shastra describes Paramatma as Nishkalaha, Niravayavaha. Nishkalaha. Nishkalaha means no parts. Free from parts. Therefore, Kevalaha. Unlike the universe and unlike all the objects in the universe. And also, Anubhavaha. Unlike the Jada universe. Opposite in nature. Contrary to the nature of the universe. Paramatma is Anubhava. Paramatma is Kevalaha. And Paramatma is Ananda. Kevala Anubhava Ananda Swarupaha. He is Ananda. Whereas the universe is full of Dukkha. Jagat is Dukkha Rupa. If you look into our own body, it is full of pain, Dukkha. Often the Dukkha does not manifest. If you pinch, it manifests. Often we think if you pinch, the pain starts. But the pain is already there, potentially there. The pinching makes the pain manifest. The whole universe is full of Dukkha. As long as we don't inquire, as long as we don't do vichara, things appears to be pleasant. They seem to be promising. But if you start inquiring, if you start doing vichara, you find how much each object, how much sorrow and pain each object is associated with. Even this smartphone. You can think how much of problem this smartphone gives. Often we think it is a comfort. It makes our life easier. But if we think we know, this has not made our life easier. This has made us more dependent. Earlier we could go without any smartphone anywhere. Now you have to carry this smartphone everywhere, wherever you go. This half kg smartphone. It is half kg, how much? 300, 400 grams maybe, 200. So an extra additional weight everyone has to carry, whether they like it or not. And all the time you have to keep it charged, keep it connected. Therefore, on inquiry, we understand that every object in the world is a dukkha in nature. It gives a lot of problem. The body gives problem. Every part of the body starts troubling at some point or the other. Sometimes teeth start troubling. Sometimes eyes start troubling, sometimes neck starts troubling. That is why there are specialists for every part of the body. If you have problem in skin, go to a dermatologist. If you have problem in teeth, go to a dentist. So all are in demand. All are busy also. They don't have time. Therefore, the Jagat is Dukkha Rupa, whereas Paramatma is Ananda Rupa, Ananda Swarupa. Paramatma himself is Ananda. His nature is Ananda. It's not that in him you get Ananda. He is Ananda. He is the happiness. Therefore, the way to happiness is to discover the Paramatma. Unfortunately, there is no other way to happiness. There is a story in Chandogya Upanishad. He has been studying Upanishad for a long time now, Mr. Uday Vaidya. So for several years, he had been studying Upanishads. So he is quite familiar with all of them. So there is a story in Chandogya Upanishad. Narada. The story is associated with Narada. Narada was a highly educated, highly qualified person, as according to the story. Highly educated and highly qualified person. In fact, all of us, if at all we have to mention our qualification, you add it after your name. BSc, MSc, MTech, etc., PhD, etc. 3 or 4 degrees will be there. But in the case of some people, it is not so. They make a table, a chart of their qualification. So there is a gentleman, he is no more, but in website, in the internet, so if you can Google it. So he is one of the highly qualified person in the world. So what are his degrees? What are his qualifications? He has made a table. So against each discipline of knowledge, medicine, engineering, law, there are several degrees. So one side he has written the subject, and another the columns are for the educational qualifications. 1, 2, 3. So Narada was a highly qualified person. And he goes to Sanat Kumara, a sage Sanat Kumara, one of the 4 who cursed Jaya and Vijaya, we have seen yesterday. And Narada says, I want to know Brahman. I want to know Paramatma. Then Sanat Kumara asks, What have you studied so far? What is your educational qualification? Then Narada gives a big list. I know this, I know that, I have studied this, I have studied that. There is hardly any discipline of knowledge left. He has studied all of them. Then Sanat Kumara asks, why have you come then? You know so many things, why have you come to me? Then Narada admits his problem. Soham Bhagavas Shochami. Despite learning all these things, despite all the accomplishments in the material world, Shochami, I have sorrow. I have problems at the emotional level. Sorrow means problems at the emotional level. Grief, loneliness, insecurity. I have all these problems. Shoka. And the shoka is the samsara. That is what we call samsara. And then he requests Sanat Kumara, all the education that I had, all the knowledge that I have received has not removed my shoka. And I know that I am lacking that knowledge which can make me free from the shoka. And what is that knowledge? Tarati shokam atmavit. The knowledge of the Atma makes a person free from shoka, makes a person free from sorrow, makes one free from the emotional problems. Therefore, Sanat Kumara is requesting for the knowledge of the self. Narada is requesting Sanat Kumara for the knowledge of the Atma. Then Sanat Kumara teaches him the Atma Tattva, the ultimate truth, the Atma, which he calls the Bhuma. Bhuma means the all-pervasive, infinite reality. Sanat Kumara says the Bhuma is the Atma. Atma is the infinite reality. And he says Bhuma eva sukham. The Bhuma alone is the Sukha. Bhuma alone is the Ananda. Na alpe sukhamasti. There is no sukha in the alpa. There is no happiness in the limited objects. The true happiness is only Bhuma, the infinite awareness, the infinite reality, which is the Atma. Therefore, Vasudeva says, Kevalanubhavananda Swarupaha. You are the Ananda Swarupa. Sarva Buddhi Draka. You are the seer. You are the witness of all the buddhis. You are the witness of all the minds. All our minds, all our buddhis are illumined by the Atma, the consciousness. The Atma which illumines the mind in this body is illumining the mind in all the bodies. It is the Atma. Thus, Vasudeva praises Bhagavan. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.